Oh, hi everyone, Lisa here. So this is the third time of filming this. I filmed it twice on my camera and now I'm going to film it on my phone because it hasn't wanted to save. So this is a what's in our fridge video. Before we do that though, this is the outside of our fridge. These are all our Slimming World, oh hang on, there we go. These are all our Slimming World bits and pieces. So these are Rufus's side. He's got the two on the in the middle and on the left, and I've got the one on the right. So these are all his Slimmer of the Week and Slimmer of the Month awards, his what's that, his Gold Body Magic, his Club 10, and these are all his Stone awards, and as you can see he's up to his 4 stone. I've got my couple of Slimmer of the Weeks and I'm up to my 2 stone award, which is just there, and my Club 10 as well. So yes, also you'll notice we've got a target board. Now this is something that's quite useful for us. This is August's target. It says 5-week month, Lisa target 3 stone award, Rufus target 5 stone award. So that just means that we are heading towards those new awards. And now I'll show you what's in the fridge. Okay, so this is what's in the fridge, and first thing you'll notice, there's lots of yoghurts. Well, we've just got these at Jack Fulton's. They were 4 for 50p, so we got 5 lots of those. They are the Danone light and free blueberry style Greek style yoghurts. Now, when we're having a what's it called, an SP tight day, so a proper SP day, we won't have the yoghurts. But when we have what we call SP light, which is basically an SP day, but we allow us to have a little bit of wiggle room, we'll have a yoghurt or two then. Equally, we've got all the fruits for quark, so we've got some blackberries in there, which I've picked from the garden today, and we've got our quark in the back. That's the Asda quark. This one is 90p for a tub, a 250 gram tub. That's the one that Rufus prefers above all else, so that's the one we get. I don't mind the other one, so when we're in Aldi I just picked up a quick vanilla one, although it's not sweetened, so I do have to add sweetener to that. But we add sweetener to the quarks, and then we add vanilla essence. So this one is, I don't know where we got that from actually, but we use the Dr. Oetker vanilla bean paste. And in this side of the fridge we've also got the extra special vanilla bean extract, and sometimes I add a bit of that, which is the French almond extract or Count Chicory coffee, to give it a different flavour. So we do like our quark. Normally we have it with raspberries and strawberries. We have it with blueberries occasionally, even though these aren't technically on SP days. Although we've had these all the way through, and as you can see, Rufus has lost 4 stone, I've lost nearly 4.5, I've lost nearly 2.5. But anyway, more fruits. We've got some yellow sticker apricots, there's some cherries there, and there's some plums at the back as well. We've got the next shelf down, these are the cherry tomatoes. We do a lot of salady bits and pieces, so we'll do a salad with some roast chicken or some ham or something. Tomatoes are lovely, good speed food. Not broccoli, God, what am I saying? Beetroot salad. Tesco's beetroot salad. Rufus likes this one a lot, so we eat a lot of that. There is some ham and some beef in the back that came from Jack Fulton's, so they're always good just as a picky-uppy, snacky thing. Some more beef there from Heron Foods. Some more plums at the back, yellow sticker iceberg lettuce, just because, again, salad stuff's good for you. These are from Aldi, these are pineapple chunks, so they're 30% off, so I need to eat those quite quickly, actually. But they're good for just snacking and picky uppy bits. And the runner beans, these came from Leeds Market. You can't beat a bit of Leeds Market. They were 50p for, well, there was twice that amount. We've had one dinner out of them already, and that's what's left, so you can't go wrong with that. Next shelf down, there's some more yellow sticker ice gem lettuce, a load of peppers. We get those from Aldi, or we get this bag, which is from, I think that's an Aldi bag as well. But Asda, excuse me, my dinner's repeating. Asda do really big bags of peppers as well, which we haven't got any when we've been in, so that's why we've got them from Aldi's. Butternut squash from Aldi, like a bit of butternut squash. Carrots, these ones are actually yellow sticker ones. These ones are for the ponies that we've kind of half adopted at the end of our street, but we've got other carrots for us. So talking on carrots, there's some grated carrot there, we put that in with salads, and there's some spinach there. That again was from Leeds Market. That was a big bowl of spinach, so 3 bunches that size of spinach for 50p, 2 bowls for £1, so that was bargain, so we got some of that. You know me and my bargains. So Tesco's, this is the thick cut back bacon. This is absolutely yummy. There's a little bit of fat on there, so I do cut that off. When we first started Slimming World, I was like, oh, a little bit of fat, won't mind, but now I'm properly on it. So, and then this bit, this sort of the end bit of the bacon piece, we actually cut those off as well. I cook them separately, and the dogs have those. So we could just have the medallions. If you haven't got dogs, then I would just recommend getting the medallions. But if you've got dogs or a partner who's not on Slimming World, or children or something that can eat the fatty bits, then you know, you might as well. So next shelf down, we've got broccoli rice. We had some of this yesterday with a chili, and we'll probably have some of that tomorrow. There's 2 pallets of that. There's some more carrots just behind there. Broccoli florets, again, yellow sticker. We eat so much fruit and veg. And so much steamed veg that actually, if we can get it on yellow sticker, then we do, because we tend to eat it quite quick. And this is a really good fridge, so it keeps things cool for a long time. Half a Savoy cabbage. We had the other half for tea with some roast chicken and some vegetables. We had some of the carrots for tea. So these are the Chantenay carrots from Aldi's, 30% off. I just chop the tops off. And again, the good thing about having the dogs really love the carrots. So when we chop the ends off, the dogs think they're getting a wonderful treat by having the ends that we don't eat. And we do the same thing with the pears. They like the sort of, they like pears. So I cut off the top and the tail of the pears, and they eat those. We do feed them normal food and biscuits and things. We don't just feed them all the leftovers. But with things like the carrots, these are really yummy. They're quite sweet. And again, just whack them in the steamer. Parsnips, now that's not SP food, but we have had parsnips throughout our Slimming World journey, and we've lost weight, so we don't eat them every meal. We didn't have any today, but we will do probably next time we have a roast chicken. So there in the back, there's some more carrots. This is more from Leeds Market. Got to go down market, get some veggies down the market. These are some courgettes. So it was a bowl like this of courgettes and a bowl of those aubergines there, and they were £1 for the 2. So again, 3 big courgettes, 3 big aubergines for £1. Can't go wrong. There's a couple of small, again, look at that yellow sticker. A couple of small cauliflower heads. We're going to do a curry, and we're going to do the Slimming World whole roast curry. We curry the whole heads. They are really yummy, so we're going to do that at some point. There's another cauliflower under there. Again, we had cauliflower and broccoli, spinach, cabbage, sprouts and carrots for our tea. That was just sort of the amount of veggies that we eat on a daily basis now, so that's good. Pork mince. This is the best pork mince we've found anywhere. It's from Aldi. It's £1.99 for 500 grams. It's absolutely delicious. It tastes good. It's 100% British farmed. It's low in fat, and yeah, it's good value. So it ticks every single box. So there's a couple of things of that. So we'll probably do a chili again this week, or stew, or lasagna. We might use that butternut squash and do an SP lasagna with a little tiny bit of the quark on it instead of the whatever the white sausage you have for the lasagnas. Anywho, there is another bag of carrots. That's for us, not for the ponies. As I say, we eat a lot of carrots. There's some mushrooms there. That's from a value pack of mushrooms from Aldi. There's 2 more punnets of mushrooms behind. Oh, well, there was. Oh no, they're behind there. Somewhere. Can you see? There you go. Yes, they're there. Gammon steaks or gammon joints. These are from Fulton's. So these are £1.49. Excuse me. These are £1.49 from Fulton's. And yeah, we get the ones where there's as little fat as possible. Boil it in the bag, and then we'll just cut off all the fatty bits. And again, the dogs like that. They like all the trimmings. They think they're getting a treat. And they're good just for picky uppy. We do, when we're doing boot sales, or if we're doing the support group that we go to, the transport group, then we'll just have sort of picky uppy things when we're out. And sometimes, depending on our health, because both of our health can be a bit crook at times, then it's an easy thing to have in the fridge and just to whack on, and then it's done. And if you're clever, you can maybe boiling this and then steaming the veggies in the top of the thing, so it all cooks at the same time. What's in the bottom of there? Oh yeah, we've got some mackerel in there. Again, they came from Leeds Market. Over to the door. At the top, Baby Bells. These are the Baby Bell Lights. You can have 3 of these as part of your Healthy Extra A. I can't have any of these anymore because, well, I can have probably 1, but any more than that and it gives me a bad tummy. I've got a problem with milk and cheese. Although quark and yoghurt I seem to be okay on, so I'm not quite sure what triggers it, but I know the Baby Bells, I can't have 2 of those. Rufus likes those, but what we do is Rufus has 2 Baby Bell Lights, and then he has his almond milk. So strictly speaking, you're supposed to have either or, but because you can have a litre of almond milk on Slimming World as part of your Healthy Extra A, he'll have maybe a third of that, less than that, and then 2 Baby Bells, so it works out the same sort of allowance. So yeah. Mustard, we go to the Real Junk Food Project share house in Leeds and in Pudsey, and they basically intercept and rescue food that would otherwise end up in the bin from all sorts of different shops. So this is Polish mustard. Yeah, it's mustard is mustard is mustard. I like mustard. I put it with a lot of things. Mint sauce, that's Rufus's favourite at the moment. He has that with mushy peas. Sweet Freedom choc pot, that's been in there for ages. There's only a little bit left, but I find that quite bitter, so I do sometimes put that with my quark with a lot of sweetener. There is some spread, what's that, Stork, and some Trex. That's for when Rufus does cakes, although we don't eat them. A couple of Kit Kats in there from when we went away, and we're supposed to be doing that as a giveaway. We've not got round to doing that yet. Next shelf down, ginger paste. That's because, again, we use a lot of ginger in cooking, and it's easier to do the paste than it is to do, you know, to actually mess around with bits of ginger. Also, when my hands specifically don't want to do anything, it's easier to just put a spoon of that in than chopping finely some ginger. Some mackerel fillets in there. Those ones are sinned. I can't remember off the top of my head how many sins they are, but because they're sinned, Rufus hasn't eaten them yet still. Bramwell's pickle, that's from Aldi. It tastes a little bit like the other main brand pickle, but you know, it's alright, it's cheap, it's alright. Some mustard in the back as well, more mint sauce, more mustard. I like a lot of mustard, you see. Some lemon juice, just because that's sometimes good for putting on some fruit or putting into something. Tomato puree, there's some barbecue sauce there and some ketchup. We use the barbecue sauce very sparingly because that one is really sweet. It's the it's like the, oh, hang on, I'm gonna have to show you now because I'm talking about it. There you go. Rich bourbon barbecue sauce, and the sugar content, as you can see, is red. Oh, there you go. As you can see, is red. So it's 3.6 grams of sugar per 100, which is quite high in sugar, although it's only 26 calories per dollop. And that would be 1 and a bit sins. So, but I use that very sparingly. But I won't even go back in the fridge properly. But the ketchup, Rufus likes his ketchup, and again, it's not something that we've ever really sinned because we use it very sparingly. We don't use an awful lot. Next shelf down, broccoli. Again, eat a lot of it, so that's why that could actually live over there now. But there wasn't space when I put the shopping away. Garlic paste. Now this is from a shop, one of the international food shops in Bradford. This is yummy, yummy, yummy. Again, it's easy, a bit like the ginger paste. It's easier just to whack that in than it is to crush and peel a garlic. It's £2.19 for a really big jar. I'm not sure how heavy that is actually. 700 grams. So that's really good. That is from one of the it's an Indian supermarket, but the international shops. So get those. Heartily recommend. Brewed Health is the almond milk we drink, partly because, as I say, I have issues with milk, so I've been dairy free for quite a while, apart from there was a yogurt and quark for some reason. But on Slimming World, you can have a whole litre of that as part of your Healthy Extra A, or as your Healthy Extra A. So Rufus and I could have one of those each. We very rarely have even half of one between us, to be honest. But I've started drinking more of the almond milk and things like rice milk instead of having the Baby Bells, just to make sure I get calcium. There's another big gammon joint there and some seafood sticks in case we want them. We don't eat an awful lot of them. They tend to live in the fridge for quite a while. Some leek and some rhubarb. Rhubarb's a really interesting one. It's a fruit which you cook. Now on Slimming World you're supposed to sin that, but it's actually an SP free food, so because obviously you can't eat rhubarb raw because I think it's poisonous or makes you poorly, and I know it tastes rank, so yes, but anyway, Rufus microwaves that. He likes rhubarb. Some Bramwell's mayonnaise. This is the lighter than light mayonnaise. It's a half a sin for a tablespoon, and I like my mayo, so not giving it up and being able to still have that. I might have a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons. It's only 1 sin, so that's worth it. Finally, sugar-free energy drink, because you know sometimes if our health is bad, we need as much of a kickstart in the morning as possible. And finally, the rice milk, Rice Dream, no added sugar rice milk, which I will have in conjunction with almond milk as part of my Healthy Extra A. So there you go. Hopefully that's given you an idea of what's in our fridge, and let us know down below what's in yours. Do you keep it? And this isn't particularly well stocked, by the way. We normally have maybe more cooked meat and more snacky picky uppy things in there. At the moment this is just sort of, you know, an average Wednesday evening, sort of where we are. So yes, let us know what's in your fridge, let us know how you're doing on your Slimming World journey, and tips and tricks and things leave in the comments below. That's always useful. As always, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, happy slimming.